So they're saying they've performed well in the half, which looks good. They had a capital events, market events, which I didn't see. They've had 9 new franchise stores, and they've had some property consultants suggest that they can have 400 stores over the medium term in the UK. And they're going to launch some new Cakebox identity in the second half of this year, which will broaden the appeal of the brand to new customers' demographics, which is interesting. I wonder if I would hope that would be the vegan opportunity, which I mentioned back in, was it 2020? I think I mentioned it. I think that would definitely broaden the appeal of the Cakebox brand, but I don't know if it's that or not. Who knows? We'll see. They're mindful of the economic, uncertainty at the moment. But now let's look at the results. Let's see, can we zoom in a bit here? Okay. Revenue was up 6.8%, gross profit up 11%. That's good. EBITDA up 10%. Good. Profit before pre-tax profit up 18%. Great. Net cash, look at that, 41% increase in cash at the bank, up 30%. They've now got 7 million in the bank compared to 5 last year, which is great. Earnings per share up nearly 20%. And the dividend, progressive dividend policy up 10%. Very good. Gross margins were up from 47% to 49%. Fantastic. So this is a very good story here. They're operating from 214 stores, up from 196, an increase of 18, which is great. 9 new franchise stores. They launched a new website. And this is a big thing here. They've launched a new CRM, a new website, and I've been talking about this for a few years now. This is straight out of the Domino's Pizza playbook. They've got a co-funded annual marketing budget now, agreed with franchisees. Now, if they've got 200 franchisees and it's 2 million, that's only 10K each the franchisees would be paying. If it's co-funded, maybe Cakebox pays $1 million and the franchisees only pay 5K each. But either way, this is really important. This is what Domino's Pizza did. They did TV ads, they did radio ads, they did sponsorships, and this does drive sales growth, brand awareness, broaden the customer base, etc. And I think that it's co-funded is a fantastic option for Cakebox. I'm really glad they're doing that. They've created new products with a mango range. I also saw on their Instagram they've created some more vegan cakes, which is fantastic, something else I've been talking about for many years now. So the franchise store highlights up 13%, kiosks up 10%, which is great, including online sales up 15%. Number of multi-site franchisees, the Cakebox family increased to 46. So more people are more willing to have more stores, which is great, of the current franchisee base. Current trading is continuing positively post the half. They're already talking about 5% increase like-for-like compared to October last year and 12% versus the last year with online sales. On track to deliver a full year performance in line with projections. So this is just basically more of the same. They're going to start national radio advertising, which went live in September. They're going to do outdoor advertising, which is good. They want to do digital advertising. This is really interesting, actually. I noticed this, the customer data, which is interesting. They've experienced very strong growth. They've launched a new CRM system. They've got a database that's grown 50% from 200,000 to 300,000 people in 5 months. That is fantastic. That could easily be, 500,000 in a year, maybe 1 million in a year or two. Suddenly, when you do an offer and you've got 1 million people on your database or 500,000 people on your database, you can do big things, especially seasonality, Christmas campaigns or whatever, Halloween, etc., Mother's Day, Father's Day, etc. So they expect that database to grow substantially. So that's good news. New locations added in Liverpool, Cambridge, and Cheadle in the UK. They've got 95 franchisees with 46 of them owning more than one store. Operating 214. They've got deposits for 44 more stores. I think they're being very, very conservative with the 400 stores that have been outlined by the property consultants. Nevertheless, gross margin is nearly 50%, which is fantastic. So since IPO, they've invested 7.7 million in IT and e-commerce and now marketing, and they've got over 7 million in the bank now again, which is great. They've increased the final dividends which is great for dividend investors. You know, it's nearly 6% already, which is fantastic. You know, and if you look at it from when it IPO'd, you know, the dividends have grown every year. Cost of sales have gone up slightly, but gross profits up massively, which is great. Profit before income tax up significantly, 15%, it looks like, something like that. Earnings per share up. Property, plant and equipment up, which is great. Up about, not that much actually, 200K. Inventories static, basically. Cash up enormously from 5 million to 7 million. You know, that is fantastic. I really think they should be growing in other ways. What other ways can they grow? Well, I think they could be looking at an international opportunity. Why not? Why can't Cakebox be a brand that is loved in Europe or in the US or in India, where they can't eat eggs, I believe? I think it could be a global brand, and I think they should be pushing for that. I know they want to hit 400 stores in the UK. They probably want to get to 1,000. They're not talking about it, but it could easily be 1,000 stores, easily, in the UK. And I've mentioned this in previous videos. I think they could be looking at the vegan opportunity. I think that's a huge opportunity. And as I mentioned, yeah, the international opportunity I think is big. They've cracked delivery. The marketing opportunity is huge. As I mentioned, the CRM opportunity, advertising, maybe even including TV ads once they get up to a certain store count. Maybe once they reach 400 stores, they could think about TV sponsorships. You know, imagine sponsoring Strictly Come Dancing or something like that. Who knows? Anyway, guys, this is a bit of a brief video. I've got a bit of a sore throat. I'm going to leave it there. I have done other videos about Cakebox. I think it's vastly undervalued. It's only valued at about, I know the shares are up about 3 or 4% today, but it's still valued at less than £60 million, and it's got 7 million in the bank, and it's growing earnings, you know, significantly, growing cash significantly, growing its store count, and the long term for this company is very, very strong. They even just opened a store in my local place in Hertfordshire, which I'm really happy about. Anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember that knowledge is power, especially the right kind of knowledge, and progress is everything.